Made it! We're on the last, final episode of the
Boy,
crossover.
oh boy, it's a doozy.
Of the crossover event on, whatever this is called, Riverdale. Rivervale, I guess, I should say.
Sorry, I just had to puke on the floor because the show's so bad.
Yeah.
And makes less sense than...
Than anything?
I got nothing.
Than Flash? No, the Flash makes more sense.
No, the Flash is just bad.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, this one was just crazy. Like, so much shit. And it's just like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck was happening?
I can't remember, I can't remember it from, like, scene to scene.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was definitely the most interesting.
Yeah. No, it was... Goddamn, it was the best. It was crazy. It was the most craziest fucking episode that we've had in a while. And just to wrap up the final episode of this event, they're like, oh, hey, we're just going to do this. Fucking...
So, like,
it was crazy.
Each of the main characters are dreaming about the various episodes we, as the viewers, have seen.
No, I think it was actually like...
That's what I mean. No, for us, it's like they're dreaming of stuff that we've seen. But, like, for them, it's like Archie was dreaming about him getting strapped to a tree and having his heart ripped out, like in the first episode.
I don't think it was him dreaming about it. I think it was actually happening. But it was a different universe.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, for us, it was just, like, the episodes that we were watching, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you watch a TV show.
I know,
they have episodes.
Like I was saying, like, Archie is, like, he had a nightmare that he was strapped to a tree and Cheryl ripped his heart out, which is...
Yeah.
Like another universe.
Yeah.
And then, Jughead dreamt of... He dreamt he was the narrator or something, wasn't it?
Well, that's this episode.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Tony dreamt that she, like, kidnapped children, I guess?
I don't know. I don't think it's them dreaming about it. It's just like something happened and then another universe happened.
No. Okay, so they remember it, but they think it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it gets explained, but I guess maybe
Yeah.
paying fully attention.
I was.
But I do have...
You shut your mouth right now.
Look, it's hard to follow sometimes.
It is. This show is hard to follow.
But yeah, I wrote down some shit. And we're trying out a different thing. We're finally not actually just streaming random podcast episodes out into the world. But yeah. So, hopefully this one works.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, I don't know. It starts off with, like, a corpse on the road, right? And Jughead's still narrating.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know who it fucking was at first. Until they, like, talk about it later. And I was like, oh.
I was watching this and I was like, man, how fucking funny would it be if that body was Jughead's? turns out it was Jughead. And I'm like, oh, shit, I was right. Just kidding. I never actually guessed that. I wish I did.
Nice, thank you for that
You know what? No. You see, Riverdale is not predictable anymore.
Well,
they like.
I think it might be after this.
Whenever you feel like they're gonna veer right, they veer backwards.
Well, I think it might be after this. I think it's just because this event thing is just like, what the fuck?
Who knows?
I mean, I guess it still is just stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it goes to, like, Archie. It shows Archie up, and we're like, what the fuck? He's back from the dead? And he's talking to Betty.
But is his shirt off?
Not yet.
It's not a true Archie scene.
Yeah. Well, he's been dead, so...
True.
He's like, you need to be on before you take your shirt off again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then he's back to the dead, and he's like, I dreamt that I had died or something.
Yeah.
The whole town killed me, and then it goes to, like...
Betty's like, well, that's horrible. And I'm like, shut your mouth, you liar.
Yeah.
You fucking
I was
were
like,
there.
you know, I did it.
You were there.
It'd be funny. She's like, oh, that's horrible. And then she puts away a knife. That's all. bloody.
Yeah. Weird.
And then it goes to, and then Reggie too is back, and he's talking to Veronica. He's like, I had a weird dream that I went to hell. You put me in hell. And I was like,
I might have missed that one, or maybe I was just maybe I couldn't hear him when he was saying that.
Maybe. And then Nana's also back.
Was Reggie the one that went to hell in that episode?
Yeah. And then Veronica was the one that was like in the hotel and had to do the souls.
Right. The casino.
Yeah. Or casino, yeah. Whatever fucking
right, and gather
shit.
up the souls, okay.
Yeah.
So if that's a fucking normal thing for Veronica to do.
yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
And then Nana's also back, and she's talking to Cheryl, and they're like, I had a weird dream that we swap bodies. And I was like, okay. I was like,
I mean, that's more normal for the Blossom family than anything.
Yeah.
To be fair.
That is true. That's the most normal conversation in the last 6 seasons.
Yeah.
Or 5 seasons, I guess. And then Tony's back, too. And she's like, I dreamt that I was a weird witch in the river or something.
Yeah, Yorona. Yeah, or what? Lala.
And then at this point...
However the fuck you pronounce that name.
Look, listen, we're going to cancel you because you can't pronounce it correctly.
Yeah.
At this point, after like the 4th person, I was like, what the fuck is happening? I was so confused.
Really? At that point, you were like, what the fuck? I'd hate to think about what point you were at when you got halfway.
Like 3 minutes in, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Nice.
And then it goes to Jughead and he checks under the bed.
Oh, yeah.
For like an explosion or something. And he's like, because he thinks it's a bomb or something, I guess. And then I wrote he wakes up and his feet are all fucked or something.
His feet are all dirty.
Yeah, they're all like dirty and whatever. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then like an explosion happens behind him or something in the staircase. And then he like... And then it shows him like... And then like after this it shows him immediately like in Riverdale or the high school. Right? And he's walking around. And then at this point I was like because it shows them all there, but they're all like still in high school. It seems like. It looks like they're all still in school, like Archie, Betty.
Except Jughead's the one teaching.
Yeah, and then Jughead's like, wait, Jughead's the teacher, but then they're all still at the high school. And I was like, at this point, I was like, wait, are they back in season 1, Riverdale? Did he like travel back in time?
Wait a minute, no. That can't be possible.
Wait, that can't be possible, but what happened in this episode is possible?
Yes. No. Okay. Like, I can assure you, if there was a school where one of the teachers was the same age as one of the students, that would be fucking weird. And that would go along with this episode perfectly.
That is true.
Because this episode is the weirdest shit I've ever watched.
It's funny.
I'm trying to think if I've watched anything weirder.
Yeah. No, this is definitely the craziest for Riverdale, for sure.
And it's not as weird as The Witch. That was a fucking weird movie.
Yeah. But I actually legitimately thought that, like, I'm like, oh, wait, are they doing, like, we're back in season 1 now, and then somehow Jughead's back into season 1, and he has to, like, fix shit or something, or he has to, like, keep going along the same path or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Except yeah, everyone's back, but... So everyone's back, but, like, things are kind of the same but slightly different, too. So, like, Betty and Archie are getting married.
Yeah, which is... We knew this already. Right?
No.
They were engaged before.
Were they?
I think so. In the first episode of Rivervale.
Oh, yeah, but that's Rivervale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still in... This is still Rivervale.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But, I mean, well, it's kind of... I mean, it gets revealed later, but...
Yeah, no. It's Rivervale, but it's still kind of fucked up and weird because Archie's still alive.
I know, but I mean, like...
So it's weird. Yeah.
But I mean, like, because I thought it was season 1 Riverdale. So I'm like, okay, like, you think Veronica and Archie would be the thing? But then it was Archie and Veronica, or Archie and Betty.
I got no fucking answers for you. Why are you fucking asking me questions?
Because we're the fucking experts on this issue.
This is like...
You're the expert. You see, you have the badge for Riverdale expert of TV show.
I don't know if I want that.
Then why are you here?
I'll take it, but I don't know if I want it.
I'll take it. It's like that Batman thing. He's not the hero we need.
It's the hero we want.
The hero we want.
Yeah. Except
no one wants it.
In this case, maybe both.
Yeah.
Like, someone here probably... Like, we don't want it.
Yeah.
But someone here needs to be the expert.
No, I was going to say, like, I don't think anyone wants this.
Yeah.
Was it, the coroner calls Betty? At some point when they're in the
back
lounge?
to being a fucking creep.
Yeah.
Which is it's actually kind of nice because there was that one episode with fucking the Pussycats where he's in a bar having a drink, watching a concert like a fucking normal human being and not being like, Betty, aliens are coming out of these dead bodies. That means there's a serial killer on the loose. Like, he just says the weirdest, shadiest shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's supposedly a fan of the Pussycats or whatever. Yeah. But, yeah, so they're all, like, in that, I guess, just lounge of fucking... in the school. And then, like, so he calls... The coroner calls her, and then apparently Jughead's dead. He tells her.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, Jughead's right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, Betty's like, wait, I'm like, Jughead's right here with me. And he's like, what the fuck? And then, like, I think Betty tells Jughead goes, and then Jughead goes, what the fuck? And then Jughead goes to the morgue. Mm. And then, like, the coroner guy's like, whoa, what the fuck? How are you still alive? He's like, you're dead in this body. And then he has that body bag there and he just unzips it and it's Jughead as well. Mm. And you're like, what the fuck? I guess this is the Jughead from this universe. And then he's like, his windpipe was crushed on the lonely highway. And I was like, oh, that's the corpse that we saw in the beginning. That's when I realized it was Jughead.
Yeah.
And then, but the funny part is, like, I was thinking about this after the fact, but, like, when that happens, I was like, wait, didn't we just see, like, when Jughead, like, our Jughead, whatever, when he first walked into the school, or the teacher Jughead? Mm. Didn't he, like, he sees him, Jughead, like, at the water fountain. Like, because it shows, like, a little montage of everyone. And it shows, like...
Where was this?
Like, when he walks into the school, and then he goes in, like, the teacher Jughead.
Oh, and he sees his younger self.
Yeah.
Like, as, like, Jughead in high school.
Yeah, in high school. And he's, like, he's at the water fountain.
Okay, sure, yeah.
And I was like, wait, so how come from at that point to, I'm assuming this is maybe a couple hours later, and they're still supposedly supposed to be in school, how did he get all the way over to the lonely highway to get fucking killed?
Okay. I think I got an idea.
Yeah?
I mean, we're going to end up, like, talking about this anyway. I think it was, like, Riverdale and Rivervale amalgamated together. So it's like there's characters from Riverdale. So, like, the Jughead who's in school versus the Jughead from Rivervale. Like, I think that's the thing. Like, they're talking. We'll get to the point where they explain what Rivervale actually fucking is.
But I'm just saying, in this case, in this now thing, I'm assuming it's a couple hours. How is he? So he's able to get out of school, and within the couple hours that we see him, he fucking just dies into the lonely highway.
Exactly.
Like, why is he there? Why isn't he in school?
Good question.
I mean, I guess that's just one of the many things. Oh yeah, and then I forgot exactly what happens, but somehow he finds, like, old Archie comics
in his apartment with
Tabitha. With just in, like, fucking bins, or those what's it called, like, moving boxes or whatever.
And then he reads these comics.
And it has the same name. It says Riverdale.
Yeah. And he reads these comics, and when you and I read comics, we think, oh, this is really cool, but this shit's completely made up. But he reads it, and he says, this shit's real! That's literally what he said.
Yeah. But it's basically, the further he reads them on, it's the same characters, so it's the same characters as actually Riverdale, and then but it seems to be actually from season 1 of actually the show Riverdale, somehow are in these comics, and as he reads them all, he's like, this is a weird point where after, I forgot what he said, 180 or some point of episodes, it switches to now all of a sudden it's called Rivervale, and it starts with a time bomb. A time bomb happens in Rivervale, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this what they're doing? They're fucking gonna go meta with the stupid bullshit?
So here's what happened, everyone. Hiram's bomb in Archie's house created a parallel universe.
Yeah. It created a separate universe somehow.
I mean, you know what? They've done weirder. I have to admit.
Have they?
Griffins and Gargoyles was pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, but this is even weirder.
No, this is
weird.
Okay, no. I mixed myself up. They have not done weirder. This takes the cake.
Yeah,
Griffins and Gargoyles was more normal than this shit.
Yeah, I mean,
who writes for this show?
I mean, all those other ones don't make sense.
No,
but at least this one makes even less sense.
No. You shut the fuck up, okay? No, okay. Griffins and Gargoyles was more normal than this.
That's what I mean. Like I'm saying that those don't make sense either when you watch them.
Like a guy dressed up in twigs.
Yeah.
That I can understand. Yeah. A time bomb going off and creating a parallel universe.
Yeah.
I don't need more proof that monkeys write for this show because only monkeys would have come up with that.
Yeah.
No human being would have come up with that idea.
Exactly. Yeah, and this is this is definitely the weirdest, just out of left field. Because at least
no, we're not even on the baseball diamond, man.
Yeah,
don't even. We're far away.
Because those other ones didn't make sense the other seasons, but this one makes even less sense.
There is no sense.
Because now it's just okay, I guess we're just going meta. I'm like, what? They're just going meta into this shit now? What the fuck is happening? Yeah, so the first set of the comics is Riverdale, and then a parallel universe. And I actually literally wrote what the fuck. Half of these fucking things that I wrote have question marks at the end. I'm not even shitting you.
Let me see. He actually takes notes for this, which is king.
Well, I wrote just so we can keep on track with what the fuck is happening. But yeah, apparently he ends up reading throughout all the comics, and then he comes to the conclusion that this is actually what's happening.
Yeah.
And then
the two different actors for Reggie. This was really fucking weird.
Yeah, but before that,
you admit, because you know what, I had forgotten about this.
Yeah.
But there was a different actor for Reggie for the first handful of episodes of season 1.
Yeah.
And it was the same guy from 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah. I mentioned it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because I had forgotten about it.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about it. And
I did too, but then I remembered I was one of the 4 seasons ago.
And I was watching this.
I was like, wait, didn't they have a different actor?
And I was watching this, and the first Reggie shows up, and I was just like, nah, this is not happening.
Yeah. But yeah, before that, like you said, Jughead finds out that the Hiram 1960s comic book villain bomb is what starts off the fucking alternate universe somehow.
That's right.
And then like you said, Veronica's talking to Reggie, and then all of a sudden there's a knock at the door, and it's fucking the original Reggie from couple episodes of the first season.
Yeah.
And he's like, who are you? And it's like, I'm Reggie. And it's like, wait, what the fuck? Oh yeah, and then what happens? I think Jughead goes to talk to Cheryl, right? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
And then, because he's trying to like talk to people about this comic book thing. And he's like, this is our lives and whatever the fuck, and you should read it, and like, parallel universes or whatever the fuck. And then all of a sudden, he's trying to convince like Cheryl that like of this thing, and then like he mentioned something about her brother being dead, and then all of a sudden, you see her fucking brother
alive.
Yeah, she's like,
yeah,
he's like he's not dead, and it's like, wait, what? And then all of a sudden, Jason just comes walking out of nowhere. And it's like, holy shit, he's gotten more dialogue in this than the last 5 seasons of Riverdale.
Yeah.
Mostly because he's been dead since episode 1.
Yeah. Wait, this is the 100th episode, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that explains why.
What do you mean?
Like, on CW shows that get to 100 episodes, they usually do something pretty crazy. And they usually have like a bunch of shit. They usually have a bunch of like guest stars come back. Mm-hmm. Like The Flash did something similar for their 100th episode, which was in season 5, where they had Barry travel back in time, and he ran into Reverse Flash, Zoom, and Savitar. So like they had a ton of like throwbacks. Mm. So this is why they had like the original Reggie, which is impressive. I'll give them that.
Is it though?
That's the only thing I'm gonna fucking give them, alright?
It's not like it's fucking Ryan Reynolds.
No, but like still,
it's not hard to get.
Like, what the fuck is he doing anyway, right?
He's doing the fucking 13th.
No, he's not. It's done.
He's doing the 26 Reasons Why.
It's 13 Reasons Why, and it's probably done.
Because they all suicided themselves.
You're gonna get canceled. YouTube is fucking gonna come to your fucking house and break your legs. Come on, man. No.
He's gonna come in with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
We need to talk.
He's gonna fucking kick your ass. Come on, man. Don't say shit like that.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say, before the 2 Reggies show up, I think the original Reggie's reading the comic books, and he's like, how come there was a different person for me in the first couple issues of the
this is what we call meta.
Yeah, and I was like,
this is definitely meta.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, so Cheryl's brother's not dead, but then Jughead looks in the books of Riverdale, like the yearbooks or whatever, and it says, but it still says in memoriam of her brother.
Right.
That's supposed to be dead. So it's like, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, what the fuck is going on too?
Right.
What happens? I think, he goes to talk to someone about something.
Yeah.
No, don't take my fucking thing. I have to figure out what is going on. Oh yeah, doesn't he? He goes to, I think Jughead he tries to figure out what's going on. And he goes to like the library, right?
Yeah, and they said that Dilton Doily checked out the only book on the multiverse.
Yeah, and I was like,
as if a fucking high school library is gonna have a book on the multiverse.
It's like, who the fuck is gonna write a book about the multiverse too? Like, there's multiverse theory, but there's no one that actually has like a, you know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna actually sit down and write a book about a fucking multiverse. Like, what? What do you mean?
How do you know that?
Because there's theories.
Pretty much.
But then, he goes to talk to Doily, and then Doily's like, yeah, I know a thing or two about parallel universes. This is actually a fucking dialogue line that he says in the fucking show.
And I was just so bad.
I was like, what? Who the fuck? You mean this fucking high school kid? Yeah, so Dylan Doily's back too, and he's still alive, and what's his name? Or Ethel too, because I guess she died, right, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except he has super long hair for some reason.
Who gives a shit? Do you give a shit?
Not really.
Of course you do. It's fucking Riverdale.
And then was it Dylan Doily confirms that it is the Big Bang, or no, the bomb started off a Big Bang, That started off a different universe. This fucking...
I can't believe you fucking said something like that.
It's what happens!
Yeah, I know! It's just so stupid. That's like me saying, like, what would happen if the bomb was nuclear? Would it have given birth to, like, an entire multiverse? Where there's a parallel universe where Archie keeps his shirt on 100% of the time?
It would have made Archie into Thanos.
Okay, you know what? I'd watch that.
Just takes off his shirt.
No, I wouldn't watch that. I would probably barf.
And then at some point, too, Doyley's like, in my research, and I was like, what research are you doing about fucking multiple universes? Parallel universes. But then apparently he's like, parallel universes are like exact copies or mirror images. But it seems to be like this one is warping or something.
Yeah.
And I was like,
sure.
Okay. And then Jughead's like, oh, we have to do something. We have to fix something. And then Dalton's like, no, let's just go with the flow. Let's see what happens. Let's not mess up with anything. And I was like, okay. And then I put Reggie talks to Reggie.
Nice.
Oh yeah, fucking, cause Veronica's like, I want to go out and do something, and then Reggie's like, I don't want to do this, but then the original Reggie's like, all right, let's go fucking do this, and then they go to a bachelorette party. I guess it's Betty's.
Do they?
Yeah. Do you remember this? It was fucking one of the weirdest scenes. I was like, what is going on? And the fucking original Reggie is like doing a striptease dance to like all of the girls of Riverdale, like Betty, Veronica.
Fuck, I don't remember this.
You don't remember this?
No.
It's a Betty, Veronica. God, what's Jughead's girl called? Tabitha. They're all there and they're all like giving money, and he's like stripping and like doing the magic mic, and there's like two guys behind him.
Oh yeah.
And then it like, and then he goes to like take off his pants, and then it like cuts off, or it like cuts to the next thing. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then Archie's dad is still dead. I guess Archie's talking about that or something. Oh yeah. And then Veronica suggests a threesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now I remember.
Between all three of them.
Wait.
Between the two Reggies and the Veronica.
Oh yeah. God, that. Whew. At this point, I said, "All right, this is the weirdest shit I've ever seen."
Yeah. I don't know.
That guy.
Would you bang a girl, and then also have yourself in a different universe?
I mean, technically.
Would you have a threesome with yourself in a different universe?
Yeah, I'd kill him first, though.
Then that's not a threesome. That's just a murder, and then you have sex.
Hey, he's still in the room. He's just dead.
He's just... That's worse.
No.
It's just a fucking dead person, corpse, as you're fucking just banging some girl.
No. I put him on the bed while fucking her.
While you're...
So that way he's still part of it. He's just not going to participate. It's still a threesome.
You're doing her doggy style, and she's staring right at your other dead person. Right in the face.
She gets fucking traumatized.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, so would I.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And then Reggie doesn't want to if he gets mad, I guess, for some reason.
Oh, yeah. And is this the one?
I think they leave. Or Veronica leaves.
And then she's like, I can't handle this immaturity.
Yeah. And I was like, they're two fucking Reggies. What the fuck?
Like, to be honest, I mean, like, I'm like, Veronica, to be honest, I kind of get why they're, like, fighting each other.
Yeah, same.
Like...
And then she's like, you guys sorted it out yourself, and then she, like, leaves, I guess.
Starting out, you misogynists.
Yeah. And then, I forgot what happens here, but someone comes into the room and is like, the Black Hood has kidnapped Jason.
God, yeah.
And I was like, what?
And then, now I'm just like, fuck, they have really pulled everything out of their ass.
Yeah.
For this episode, have they?
I was like, is the fucking Gargoyle King gonna fucking...
Sadly, you know what? He didn't actually show up.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
He's gonna be fucking the Black Hood and make...
With one of his sticks.
And then they're gonna have the ultimate baby, the Black Gargoyle King. The Black King.
The Black Gargoyle Hood.
The Black King. And he's gonna fucking murder everyone. See, let me be a writer, Riverdale writers. I can do it.
Listen,
I can do it way better than you guys.
Your ideas aren't bad enough. That's the problem. The problem is your ideas are good.
Are they? 2 fucking serial killers fucking have sex and they have a fucking baby that's a fucking...
That's a fucking Academy Award winning idea.
Yeah, that's true. It is very Oscar worthy. You are right. But yeah, and then Jughead goes, I think he's know where he's hiding him, and then for some reason he hides him at the White Worm. So they all go there with the sheriff and Archie and whatever, and then they all go there to see him all tied up, and they're like, get him out of there, and then like save him or whatever. But then as they do that, like the Black Hood's behind them, he's like, what the fuck, guys? Nice. I'm sure that'll sound really good.
Don't worry, it's not me taking a piss.
Thank you for completely derailing the thing just for that.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so and then all of a sudden fucking the Black Hood's behind him. And he's like, what the fuck? And he goes to like shoot. But then he gets shot at by someone, I forgot who. I think it was like the sheriff guy, right? And then they're like, oh shit, he's dying, or like he's dead or whatever. And then they go to like, they're like, who is he? And they pull off his hood. And I thought it was going to be like Betty's dad again. But it was fucking, what's his name? The Blossom. Like Jason's dad.
It's fucking weird.
And I was like, oh, okay, well he's not technically the Black Hood, but alright. And then Jughead's like, he supposes that the Black Hood guy was the guy who killed the other universe Jughead. So he's like, alright.
Because that's a fucking normal thing to say.
Yeah. And then it goes back to Veronica and all them. The 2 Reggies are fighting. Veronica kicks them out. And then it goes to, I think at the pop shop, Alice is doing a toast. Hal is still alive too. He's not in hell, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tony fucking walks into the shop and is like crying or whatever. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck's happening? And then I was like, oh, I assume that like Jason died or whatever. Because like there's some sort of narration of like, oh, because this happened in the actual universe, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen no matter what, right? Kind of like a fate, destiny kind of thing, right? That like you can't change the actions or whatever. But then all of a sudden she's like, Cheryl's dead, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
Cheryl's fucking dead.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is going on? And then it like cuts to Cheryl, and she's like, just dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ.
And so when she says, oh, Cheryl's dead, everyone's shocked, but then like, oh, thank God.
What, was that you?
No. I mean, I could do without her like fucking Victorian language.
Yeah, I could do without her being fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. And then Jughead goes to see Dalton again. And then and then this is like the theory. So there's the two universes. This is the whole thing, is that there's 2 universes. Riverdale, the one that we know, and then Rivervale, which is the one that we were shown to in the first 4 episodes. And then this is kind of like, like a merging of the 2 into this separate kind of converging universe.
So we know where they took this from.
Yeah, from comic books.
Yeah, but which one?
Which one? They all fucking do that. They all have multiverses.
Dude, they took this straight from fucking Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, come on.
I mean,
2 Earths becoming one prime Riverdale universe. As soon as they were talking about this,
you mean the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as they were talking about this, I looked at the screen and I said, "Fuck you! This is not original. You took it from your other worst show that you have on the network. Unbelievable."
Yeah.
It's funny because they took 2 completely original comic book ideas that were both on The Flash, and they put it all in one episode and made it make less sense. They took Crisis on Infinite Earths, and they took aspects of the Flashpoint paradox, and they called it Crisis on Infinite Riverdale Paradoxes.
No, it's actually just called Jughead Paradox.
Yeah, the Jughead point.
No, actually, I think it's actually legitimately just called the Jughead Paradox or something. Like the title of this episode.
Really?
Yeah. You can look it up, I guess, but...
Fuck this show. No, God. This is so bad.
Yeah. And then, so it's revealed that it's getting unstable and will implode, I guess, the 2 universes. Which I guess is different than the... I haven't seen the... Well, no, good. Did I? No, I don't think so. I didn't see that one with the 2 universes coming into one.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't know. Fuck it.
Okay, so the gist of it is all the Earths were wiped away, and Oliver Queen birthed an entirely new multiverse.
Out of his vagina.
It's a long story. But he basically became a god.
Yeah. No, I think I remember some of it, I think.
Yeah, so, but yeah, the premise was still the same. It was like they're going to merge... It was almost like, basically, like, because the idea was that Flash and Supergirl were on separate Earths before, but now they're both on one merged Earth called Prime.
Nice.
So I assume, don't they call this Riverdale Prime after this? I swear they use that term. I
think they use it to refer to the first universe, like Riverdale.
Again, not original.
I mean, it's like. It's in every fucking like comic book thing too, so it's not like it's like, oh, it's only to this one comic book.
This show.
And then this is where like Dilton is like revealed to kind of be a mad scientist, I guess.
Yeah. Apparently.
For some reason he's like evil-ish now.
Yeah.
He's like, I want this to happen. This was my plan all along.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to, and it's like the reason why it's like. Because I just want to see what happens. And it's like, what? I just want to see what happens when the 2 universes...
I just want to see if everything gets and everyone's just like, the fuck?
And you're like, what? I mean, you don't want to...
Fucking cringe.
You don't want to... I'm assuming you're a virgin. You don't want to have sex first?
Yeah.
Before this happens?
Yeah, you might want to have... You sure you don't want to have sex before everything gets...
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, but he wants to study it or some bullshit. And then Ethel comes out of nowhere and kills him with a fucking... With like... What's it? The chalice with the acid Gatorade from like the...
Oh yeah, because she had poisoned him previously.
Yeah, like in the...
She's like, yeah, he's fucked up.
In the Griffins and Gargoyles. And then yeah, she like gave him...
Yeah, she's like, yeah, he's fucked up, so I killed him. And Jughead's like, the fuck?
Yeah, no, they're all just fine with it. Like, all right. And then she says she knows how to save she knows how to save the universes, but only Rivervale will get wiped out or something like that.
Yeah.
Which I actually just realized this now. The only thing that they brought back from Griffins and Gargoyles was that chalice with the acid Gatorade thing. That's how bad it was. Everything else they actually kind of brought back, like the Black Hood and all that. Like they didn't bring back like Gargoyle.
The cyanide Gatorade was the only thing they brought from that season. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they didn't bring back like the Gargoyle King or something.
Yeah.
Which would have been cool. Alright, and then Veronica comes back home, and then she sees both the Reggies, and they fucking killed each other. They both shot each other and they killed each other and they're dead on the floor. Somehow they got guns and then they both fucking blew each other's brains out. And I was just like, what?
Oh, yeah. Veronica just gets home and both Reggies are dead.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I don't think I saw that one coming.
No. Yeah, they're both...
I would have thought like one would have knocked the other out and then the other one would have had sex with Veronica.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. But then, yeah, they're just like... Are just straight up... The straight up just both have holes in the back of their heads. Just on the floor, dead. And I was like, holy shit!
Holy shit.
Where did they get guns?
Yeah, exactly. Clearly they had a holster in their ass.
And then it goes back to... Was it Jughead and Ethel talking?
Mm-hmm.
And they come to the conclusion... And this is some more meta shit that I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So they figure that it wasn't just only the bomb, but it was also a mix of Hiram being evil, because he put the bomb there. Betty and Archie love, I guess. Jughead writing, because he's writing, I guess, at this point in time, too, when the bomb is going off.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Cheryl... with some magic or some bullshit, because she has a little bit of magic or something. And also Palladium has some science bullshit or something in it too. So apparently it's all these different fucking things in this thing that created the different dimension somehow. So their plan is they're like, we need to accurately recreate the events in Archie's bedroom. That's how Riverdale can be saved.
Yeah.
But Rivervale will die. So they somehow need to get Betty and Veronica to fuck on top of a bomb. Or not Betty and Veronica, Betty and Archie. And then... I don't know. I lost brain cells on this fucking shit. Oh yeah, and then... I think something weird too, like, so I think Jughead had this idea, but then like Jughead also like immediately disagrees with this idea. He's like, I don't want anyone to die, or I don't want Riverdale to die. Or Rivervale. And I was like, wait, what?
Really, you don't want this fucking universe to die? I do.
Yeah. I think everyone does. And then did I miss a step? No. Just thought something else happened. But then... Oh yeah, because he was like, he doesn't want Betty and Archie or something to get in trouble or to die or something. So he's like, what if me and Veronica, we can do it instead of Archie and Betty? And it cuts to like... It goes to like a flashback of like, I think season 1... Where like Veronica and Jughead like kiss one time.
I feel like I missed this one.
It was like a really quick thing.
Oh, okay.
So Jughead goes to Veronica. She's explaining to her what's gonna happen.
She agrees to like have sex.
Yeah. With the bomb, so they can create a different universe.
Yeah, but what about Betty and Archie?
I can't remember why, because I just wrote like Jughead disagrees with this idea, but I think because he doesn't want them to die. Jughead or Betty and Archie.
Right.
Because of the bomb or whatever. And I was like, but you're fine with killing Veronica and yourself.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't care with them.
Fair enough. That makes sense. Perfect logic.
Yeah. So he's explaining it to Veronica. She agrees. And then she literally says, as a fucking line, here's to Vughead becoming canon. And I was like, God damn it.
So cringe.
Do these fucking stupid writers go...
Bughead.
Yeah, do they go...
Veronica.
Do these stupid writers go on to the Reddits of Riverdale?
Yeah, probably.
Because you know, like, people...
Where do you think they get their ideas?
Yeah. Because, like, I've gone on there a couple of times and, like, they have, like, shipping people, and they always have like these stupid names and stuff like Choni and like, and like Barchi, and like it's like God damn
like
it.
Betty and Archie, but we knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's so dumb. But then it cuts to, like, I don't know if it's the day after or some other, but like Jughead's getting ready to go, or Jughead's like at Archie's house, gonna go fuck Veronica, getting ready to fuck her.
Oh yeah.
And then Archie comes home, fucking comes right through the door. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, yeah, isn't he to be? Oh yeah, because he was getting married with Betty on that day. So he's like, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, because he doesn't want this universe to die.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I was saying the reason why Jughead doesn't want Betty and Archie to do it originally is because it was their wedding day.
That's right.
On that day, I just remembered.
That's right. And Archie's like, Jug, I can't let you do this.
Yeah, and we're like, wait, what?
Betty and I are getting married.
Yeah, he's like, we're getting married, and he's like, you can't do this. I'm like, wait, what? What's happening? And then it's like, wait, he knows. He somehow knows of the multiverse, of the different universes, and then also it's revealed that he kills Veronica. He just straight up just shows him like strangling and murdering her. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. And then also it's revealed he also killed Cheryl. He's the one that killed Cheryl, and then he also killed the old Jughead. Because he's like, he knows there's different universes and he died, and so he came back, and he's like, people can't actually die in this universe, they just come back.
Yeah.
That's why I want to keep going, because my dad will come back. Like, that's his whole reasoning, because he wants his dad to fucking come back to see his dad again.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just start fighting, like just all brawl fighting, because Jughead's like, I can't let you do that. And then Archie's like, I'm going to do that. And then they just start brawling and fighting each other. And then it looks like Archie's winning and he's like strangling Jughead. And then is it a shot? Something happens. You hear something like I think it's like a bullet, right?
Yeah.
And it goes boom, and then like Betty killed Archie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
I'm like, bitch, you literally just married the guy and you just shot him.
No, he was going to marry him.
Oh, going to. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Because Jughead's like, well, what's happening? She was like, well, when you didn't show up in the wedding, I knew something was off.
Yeah.
So I came here. And I was like, what the fuck? She's fine with just completely murdering him, killing him.
She's got spider sense, man.
Yeah. She just had tingling sensation.
She's Spider Betty.
And then Jughead goes to and tells Betty about his plan.
Oh yeah,
and she's like,
they end up.
Yeah, and then Betty's like, well, I just killed Archie, so I guess all right, sure, I'll do that.
Not even like fucking suffering from any trauma of killing her future husband.
Yeah. She's
She's like, okay, I guess I'll have sex with you.
Yeah. I was like, all right.
What kind of show is this?
And then they somehow get the 1960s bomb and they put it under the bed. And then they all start... They're going to go do it and start doing it or whatever.
Did they explain how they got a bomb like that?
I don't remember, no. I don't think so. They just have it.
Plot hole number 567 million?
Yeah. So they put it under the bed. They have to recreate what happened. I guess Barchi. I guess Betty and Jughead are going to start doing it.
Yeah.
And then,
Archie wakes up.
All of a sudden, another fucking Jughead appears out of the door. Don't you ever? Another Jughead appears, like barging into the room.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I know there's a way to possibly save the two universes.
Right. Because didn't Archie wake up too? And he was banging on the door.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's
Betty, let me join.
Yeah, that's what he said. No, that's a little bit later.
Oh,
but then that's the, what is it? So this is the Jughead that died in this universe from
right. So he came
Archie.
back.
Yeah,
And then confirming what Archie was saying.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. And then it shows him retelling what happened, and apparently there's a chocolate
shop.
Chocolate shop. I can't say that fucking word. It's so stupid.
Pops.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Shop. You simp.
But apparently there's a chocolate shop in the sky.
And
that's where heaven is, I guess?
Which is the most comic accurate version of Archie characters I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is like everyone's all like dressed like the 70s.
I love how the real version of these Archie characters are the ones that are dead.
Yeah. Yeah, so like everyone, it's like all your people that you know, and it's like, but it's all of them in like 1970s, like from the actual Archie comics.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how they dress, and Jughead has the actual like hat thing that Jughead has.
Yeah. And he finally has the appetite that he's supposed to have, like in the comics.
Yeah, he's like eating a bunch of burgers.
Yeah.
But then there's also the same comics up in the sky too, and he starts reading them all.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I was just like, so heaven is old Archie comics. Apparently, I guess, in this universe.
I mean, they are pretty good.
And then he reveals the way to save the fucking universes, which is the most stupidest fucking shit in the world. It's the most laziest fucking writing, like a fucking 2-year-old.
Hold on to your hats, kids. The way we're going to save the universe is by writing about it.
Is imagination.
Couldn't believe this. Could not believe this shit.
It's like...
I'm like, wait, so this universe is dying, and everyone's going to die with it. So you're the most creative way the writers came up to save this universe was imagination.
Yeah.
What is this? Reading Rainbow?
This is actual comic books. Like, this is actually a stupid comic. Because, you know, like Marvel or DC, they write themselves into a corner with like really powerful villains. But then they just have like a MacGuffin or some device.
Oh, yeah.
That they're just like, oh, this device actually just can save the universe now. And you're like, oh, okay, alright. Like, this is like what you write when you're a 12-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you're just
what happens when the Hulk loses his shit and goes on a rampage? And Marvel's just like, oh, Iron Man has a suit for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it is literally the most, like, laziest thing that you do when you're 10 years old, and you're just like...
Imagination.
Yeah,
like I said, is this an episode of Reading Rainbow?
Yeah, it's just...
Or is it an episode of Barney the Dinosaur? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's so, like, oh my god. Jesus Christ.
It's really almost too much.
Yeah. Because, I don't know, I feel like you could have done it so many other ways, and then they're just like, hey, no, it's just imagination, I guess. And you're like, what? Like, it's like that thing when you're like, when you're playing like imaginary with your friend, or whatever, when you're like 10, and you're like, oh, I got a gun, I shoot you, and then you're like, no, I had a bulletproof vest, so it bounced off, and then you're like...
I used to play those games with my friends.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
And then you're like, well, actually mine has, you know, a bullet penetration armor. Well, no, I have magic, so it rebounds back.
Hey, what
you're like,
you're describing is the games that I would play with Chad when we were kids.
Yeah, because that's what you do when you're kids.
Because it's like, oh, I shot you. Oh, but my bulletproof vest is magic. Like,
yeah. Then you're like, oh, I shot you with a bigger gun. And you're like, what? And then, so that's why I'm like, it's so fucking meta. It's so stupid. And then also, so Jughead's the narrator, but he's also a writer.
It's true.
So like they made the thing of him being the narrator of this universe to also explain why he's also in the actual universe itself too as a separate character. It's they're trying to be like, I can just feel them being like, oh, it's so smart, we're so meta, it's such a meta fucking explanation, guys, we did it, and they're fucking patting themselves on the back of their head, the back of their backs, and it's like, what? No.
And so it's basically the premise is, as long as this Jughead keeps writing, both universes can stay intact.
Yeah, I guess, but it's also like, because it's also meta, right? So it's like, because there are actual writers.
Why, instead of this, I prefer that the executive producers just show up on screen and they pull their pants down and they take a massive shit right in front of me and they give me 2 middle fingers. That would have been better. That would have been better than this.
Just 2?
You had a crazy episode. It made no sense. And this was your explanation on how to fix it. Was imagination.
Yeah. Why does everything with this have to revolve around someone taking a shit in front of you?
That's like in Avengers Endgame.
It's like your most go-to thing.
That's like in Avengers Endgame, where at the very end of the movie, Thanos has all the stones and he's about to snap, and Captain America says, I'm just going to pretend he doesn't exist, and he just disappears.
yeah, exactly.
Like, that's the same thing.
They're like, actually, he doesn't exist. He actually doesn't have the gloves. I do, and then it just transfers to his hand somehow. Yeah. No, exactly.
It's fucking stupid.
But I can tell. You can tell that they're trying to be like, ooh, it's meta, right? Because it's like, there's obviously writers for shows, right? For like TV shows, movies,
right?
And it's like
those writers are the ones that keep the show going.
Yeah, and also like whatever they write, it doesn't really have to make sense, right? Sometimes, a lot of the time, it's just like
yes,
or like you know how in comic books when people are like, oh, who's stronger, Hulk or Sentry or Superman versus Batman, who's better, right? But then it's like ultimately it just comes down to who's the writer and who wants the plot, right? What they want to story they want to tell. That's ultimately like that's what I feel like they're trying to be like. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It's just whoever's writing it. Someone writes it, and that's why this show can keep going. So the Jughead goes to write in the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Then Archie reanimates, and he gets up again. He grabs an axe and starts pounding on the door of the bedroom. I guess somehow he knows they're there. He's like, I know you're fucking in there, bitch!
Yeah.
Jughead and Betty are hugging. And then, all of a sudden, like, what happened? I think there's a timer. It goes down to 0. And then, like, everything's silent. And you're like, whoa, what happened? And then they get up and they start walking. And then they go downstairs. And then all of a sudden, everyone's there. The whole Riverdale gang is there. Archie, Veronica.
Right, and this is in Riverdale.
Is it Riverdale?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not Rivervale?
No, it's Riverdale.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there is like, remember like before, there was kind of like a thing where it cuts to there was kind of a thing where we go back to the Riverdale thing and it continues that a little bit?
No, we're back in Riverdale at the end of the episode.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
I still don't think so, but...
I'm calling it right now. Rivervale will make another appearance.
It was kind of interesting. But like, I think that one might still be Rivervale, because Riverdale, they do continue it a little bit after. They kind of go back to that one. You gonna look this up?
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, because this whole gang's back together, and then after it goes to okay. So the whole gang's back together. They're talking. No one seems to remember a thing except for I guess Betty. No, not even Betty and Jughead remember. They're like, why were we upstairs? We don't know. And it's funny because like, I was like, wait, they don't know what they were doing upstairs. Like, when the people think that they were fucking. Because, like, Tabitha and Archie are there, and they both come downstairs together, and they're both like, I don't know what we were doing. I'm surprised, like, Archie or Tabitha weren't like, were you guys fucking up there? He's just looking up.
Okay, so Betty sets Rivervale's Jughead up with a typewriter.
Yes, yeah.
In the bunker and seals him in. Then she returns to Archie's bedroom with Jughead number 2, but the bomb doesn't go off because Jughead wrote it that way.
Yeah.
As he writes it, the residents of Rivervale are free to resume their lives. Betty is back with Archie and Jughead is back with Tabitha.
Yeah.
Now, Rivervale exists in an endless time loop as long as Jug keeps typing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't explain that.
I don't know where Entertainment
what the fuck?
Weekly is getting this information.
Okay. So it's a time loop, apparently.
As for Riverdale...
Yeah. So this is what we can get
flash back to the moment before Hiram's bomb went off.
Yeah. No. We can get to that now.
Okay, all right.
But see, that's what I mean. So the other one was Rivervale.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I was right.
Yes.
So Rivervale, they're all back. Everyone's back alive, and then they're all back together. And then then it goes back up to basically picks it back up in Riverdale. This is right before they look under the bed, I guess, at the end of season 5, right? The very last episode.
Yeah.
And then they're about to fuck. Betty looks at Betty gets a call. Like, you hear the ticking, and you're like, oh shit, it's happening the same thing. But then she gets a call, and then, I don't know who the fuck calls. Like, we don't know who the voice is, right? But then all of a sudden the guy's like, there's a bomb under your bed, get out of there. And she's like, what? There's a bomb, get out now! And then you're like, and then Betty's just like, we need to go. And then Archie's like, okay. And I guess they leave, and then it cuts to like, what's his name? It cuts to Jughead typewriting.
Yeah.
Right? And then you hear an explosion, and he goes, and I'm like, holy shit, how big is this explosion? Because when you see the bomb, right, it looks like a tiny bomb from, it looks like an old, like, 1960s, 70s style comic bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But the explosion looked like it was almost like a kinetic. It almost looked like it was a nuclear explosion that hit half the city. It had this huge explosion in it, and it, I think it was shattering some of the glass in what's his name, in Jughead's typewriting room. And then that's where it ends, I think, right?
Right.
And then that's the end of the fucking Rivervale event. And now we're back in Riverdale, I guess. Because now we're kicking back. And then, which we have to, we have to wait now until March, right? Or, I think, right? Until the next episodes? Until the actual Riverdale episodes?
Don't worry, Grillo, you have lots of time to kill yourself.
If I haven't killed myself already.
Don't worry, we got that special project planned.
Oh, right, yeah. Once we get around to doing it.
What are you talking about again? We're going to do it next week, obviously.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, and then we'll take a 5-year hiatus.
We'll just disappear. Our whole channel will just disappear into the void.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But yeah, how did you... So that was the 5-episode cross... Oh, God. I can't even believe it. It's not even really a crossover, but a crossover event. How did you feel about fucking Rivervale? You can't...
Fuck this.
You can't see it, audience, but he just did some stupid game for middle finger or something.
You know what? It was entertaining.
That's true.
It was entertaining, but the fact that their reasoning to keep this universe alive was imagination is just like, I didn't actually think that this show could have worse writing than The Flash.
Yeah, same.
But that was pretty bad. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was okay. Like, I was a little bit interested in Rivervale for like the first 3 episodes because I'm like, oh, that kind of interesting.
Was so fucking boring.
Yeah. And the 4th episode was boring, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't really like this.
Yeah. Kind
of wish they go back. And then episode 5 was like, it was crazy, and like it was kind of like that dumb, stupid crazy. So it was kind of good in that way. Yeah. But then I kind of wish it was. I kind of wish it was just Rivervale, and we had like that fight at the. Like, I wanted to see what the fuck they had planned for the fight at the pop shop. But like they never did that, and it was just like, oh, okay. And then they're just like, well, we're going meta, and it's gonna be fucking imagination is gonna be the writing, the force behind this, and I don't know. I just like, I mean, we kind of all knew, or I guess figured that like the bomb was the was the catalyst for this different universe. But then I wish it was like kept separate. So like they're two separate parallel universes, and they have their own thing, and not like this weird like merging. Mm-hmm. The two universes are gonna merge, and now whatever. But I mean, I guess they can still do like Rivervale stuff. But then like, I don't know. I guess we're going back to Riverdale. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's exactly like that thing where it's just like the writing. It's like what? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't have just made it any other fucking thing. You couldn't have just been like, yeah, this bomb created a different universe, or like the theory of like it's Archie and Betty in a coma or something, and it's their like weird lucid dream or some bullshit. No, it's Jughead writing imagination in behind the scenes. But then it also means Jughead creates the evil shit. Mm-hmm. He also creates like the Black Hood and the Gargoyle King and all the bad shit that happens to them. Like Betty's sister dying. But I guess he's a god now or something. I don't even know.
Right.
Yeah. And then also like, oh my god. And not to mention the whole reason the crossover event not being an actual crossover event.
That was annoying. I knew that she was only going to be in it for basically what would amount to one scene.
Yeah. It was like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
At the most. And it was just like, she's so underutilized. And it's like, why promote her and be like, yeah, Selena's in here and like whatever. But then like as soon as we read that she's only going to be in for like one episode, or for in episode 4, we're like, oh, yeah, and then we were joking about it, right? I remember at the time we were like, oh, she's probably going to be in it for like 2 minutes, and like not do anything, and then that's what happens.
Yeah,
she shows up the last 5-10 minutes of episode 4, the boring one, and then doesn't really do anything, or like does the witch thing, and then that's it, and then you don't see her in episode 5, and then I guess she's gone, and then I guess. Because apparently, like, Sabrina is, like, canceled, too, right? Like, They aren't doing anymore?
Yep.
So I guess that was all. They were like, well, that's all of fucking Sabrina we're going to have from now on. Oh, my God. But, yeah. That's it for the 5-episode event. What do you think's going to happen?
I was just looking that up.
Oh,
so
really?
Apparently, the writers or the people in charge of the show have said they're not going to sweep the events of Rivervale under the rug.
Oh,
apparently
really?
They're going to drive what the rest of the season unfolds into.
Oh. Wait, what does that mean? So, like...
Well, apparently, because we're back in Riverdale now.
Yeah.
So, like, the trailer for the episode showed Cheryl admitting to Archie and friends that she cursed them.
Yeah, I mean, that happens in season 5, right, though?
Does it?
I think so. I can't remember. Fuck.
Yeah. Because episode 1 was Rivervale.
Yeah.
In season 6. So it happened in season 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
Because she's like, remember, this is like the past trauma or whatever, and then she's like, fuck you guys, I'm going to stay in my manor, and then that's what she does.
Nay, peasant!
Yeah, exactly. Do they say... I guess I could look this up too, maybe. Do they say who the voice was? That was talking to Betty? Okay, so we don't know. Okay. I just wanted to confirm or not. Yeah, so we don't know who called Betty or not in the thing.
Right, because it said, like, unknown, right?
Yeah. Well, like, I don't think you could recognize the voice. It was, like, sounded weird.
Right.
But yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. I actually don't really know what to expect in this new season. Because, like, there's no... Like, once they pick it back up again from season 6...
Mm-hmm.
When we're actually back in Rivervale. When we're actually back in Riverdale, and then we don't have any, there's like nothing, yeah, I don't know. The only thing is the bomb, but we know that because they got warned, I guess, ahead of time. Archie and Betty are probably going to survive.
Of course they're going to survive.
Yeah. But, like, we don't know. There's no, like, thing to lead. Usually, you know, in each prior season to set up the next season, they have, like, a sort of, ooh, what's going to happen, right? Like, a kind of, like, not cliffhangers, but sort of semi-cliffhangers of, like, oh, what's going to happen here or whatever. But, like, this one doesn't. And you're like, oh, okay. So, yeah, I really don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, you said that they're going to do... That's really interesting, though. You said that they were going to do... They actually are going to tackle Rivervale a little bit. But, like...
Apparently.
Because I'm pretty sure Cheryl does actually curse before the Rivervale event.
Right.
But I wonder if there... But I wonder if certain things from Rivervale cross over to Riverdale. Like, obviously not them killing Archie or, like, the fucking La Llorona shit.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the whole, I don't know, other things. Like maybe the casino is open now. And maybe Tabitha and Jughead are moved in. That type of shit.
Right.
Who knows? But, yeah.
God.
Got him! Nipple touch!
No. No.
But yeah, that's it for the 5 crossover event, season 5. Thank you guys for watching. We might have some plans for, I guess, what we're gonna do in the off season, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Or I do have a vague idea of what's gonna happen, but I don't know how we're gonna do it. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.
Fuck out of here. not you guys. Him.
Don't tell the fans that. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Oh.
See you when we see you.
Yep. We'll see you, whenever on these specials. And yeah, peace.
Peace.